We're so excited for Toe the Wet Sprocket here at the Naperville Last Fling Saturday night, along with Rusted Root and Bodine's. And Glen, you know, you guys have been doing this for a long time now. And first and foremost, I want to know, I've heard a couple different stories. Where does the name Toad the Wet Sprocket come from?
Oh, the name Toad the Wet Sprocket is from a Monty Python sketch on the Contractual Obligation album.
Okay.
It's old, nerdy, and hard to find. And it's a series of terrible band names, and Toad the Wet Sprocket was one of the worst.
And like I said, you guys have been doing this for quite some time. Tell me the difference between touring back in the 90s compared to touring now. What do you see? Like, is it different? Do you see?
It's hugely different. I mean, you got to figure when we started touring was 1989, and so there were no cell phones, there was no internet. You had paper atlases, and you pulled over at payphones when you needed to make a call. So, really different world. Yeah, there were Walkman. That was good.
And you see a lot of different bands that were around in the 90s and around in the 80s that were kind of a flash in the pan. They grew to huge amounts of success, and then you don't even hear from anymore. But you guys are one of those bands that we've seen steadily through the years. Is there anything that you think has kept you relevant in the years since you've started?
I mean, we had radio songs, but I think we were always more of an album band, and we were, I think, how can I say, the same reason we got beat up by the cool kids is the same reason people still like us, which is we were vulnerable, and so I think the people who got into the albums that got under their skin, you know, made them feel less alone, and they remember that, and they were songs more about what it means to, be vulnerable and a human being instead of what it means to go out and party. And when you get older, vulnerability stays and the partying dies down.
Yeah.
So I think it works for people.
And I feel like the people that stick with you and kind of really support your music and support you throughout your career are the people that care about that stuff, care about your passion for the music and stuff like that.
And
so
that's the thing, the singles weren't the hugest singles in the world, but I feel like almost everybody who comes to see us now knows the deep cuts, and we've kind of whittled it down to the core audience, but we're lucky that we had a solid core.
Cool. Are you excited for Bodine's and Rusted Root and your show tonight too? I mean, this is going to be a huge night.
Great time, and we toured with Rusted Root on the Dulcinea album like 23 years ago.
Awesome.
So it's our first tour with them since then. So it's been great to catch up. This is the last day of the tour with them. So
cool. And what can people expect when they come to the Last Fling to see it tonight?
I do a lot of David Lee Roth karate kicks, lots of like pyrotechnics, and I think I come in the stage on a giant inflatable swan.
Oh wow, that's something new.
We just play the songs.
And that's what people like.
Yeah.
People who love music just want to hear you play the music that they love. So thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited to see you on the main stage tonight along with Bodine's and Rusted Root. Thanks for spending time.
Thank you.